Good evening, everyone. Okay, let's get started. So all of you are here to learn what? What is that you want to learn? Excel basics to advanced. Okay, what else? I think there are a few who are looking for SQL, Power BI, and other few things. Anyone here? Online participants, let's do one thing. Just introduce yourself, your name, okay? And if you are a working professional, where are you working? What's your total experience and which kind of role you're into? If you are a fresher, then yeah, what's your education background and what is that you want to learn? Yeah,
So problem is
yeah, go ahead. Yes.
the complicated basic microbiome.
Okay.
I don't know basic cell. I'm from basic from basic Excel environments.
Excel, okay, cool then. Yeah,
I signed in for sir. I completed my BTech.
okay. BTech,
Want to learn Excel.
you want to learn Excel, okay. Fine.
Take my BTech. Then pressure. And I wanted an Excel.
Want to learn Excel, okay.
Pressure. I had completed my degree in BSc Computers with the specialization of statistics. Currently, I am working as a stock market trader from last month and onwards. Oh, for the work related data, I have to manage work related data. So that's why I have learned this.
Okay, you need to manage a lot of data, so you want to learn Excel. Okay, fine then. Yeah, online participants. Your name and what is that you want to learn and your education background.
Hi, this is Soumya. I'm a fresher actually. I am from B Pharmacy.
Okay.
From different background. So I want to learn this Excel, Power BI, and SQL.
Okay. All right. Any other? Done then. So let's get started. So I'm Kishore and I'm from Excelytics. So the one that you are currently looking at is our company profile and the different trainings that we offer. Okay, so we are into advanced Excel, VBA, macro, SQL, Power BI, Access, Python, Tableau, data science, and different kind of programs, training programs, along with certifications that we offer, Microsoft Office Specialist Certification, PL300 Power BI Certification, PMP Certification, Business Analyst Certification, different things. And we also do a lot of consulting work for the different corporate clients and individuals too. So yeah, different kind of training programs we have been offering from 2014, and yeah, we got a big network in the LinkedIn, and also trained a good number of thousands of students, and a good number of Microsoft certifications too. Okay. Yeah, that's briefly about Excelytics. And coming to me, I'm Kishore, and it's been 16 plus years I'm into this reporting and analytics, data management, and automations, people management. So I completed different types of certifications like MCT, MCP. MCT is Microsoft Certified Trainer. MCP, Microsoft Certified Professional. I'm Power BI PL300 certified. I'm Microsoft Excel expert certified, Word expert, Access expert, and different kind of certifications that I completed. Yeah, Deloitte faculty, excellence certified, Six Sigma certified. These are my different tools and domains that I worked with. I'm currently working as a consultant with multiple companies. I basically design their different training programs and I deliver the trainings. Okay, and I also work with different companies to provide automated solutions using different tools. Okay, that's what I'm currently doing. And these are our certification, these are my certification badges. And if you are looking for any of the certifications, I can guide you how you can write an online exam to earn this badge. Okay, so coming to this training program, so this is our Analytics Power Pack training program. Okay, so in this, we have included a couple of new things also. We are yet to upgrade this presentation, but I'll explain you in this awareness session. So this is going to cover right from the basics of Excel to advanced Excel. I think there are a few who are here to learn only Excel. But after Excel, we'll proceed to SQL for reporting and analytics. Okay, there is a reason why we created this course like this. We'll take you through step by step. First of all, we all learn Excel right from the basics to advanced. And the second module you're going to learn is SQL for reporting and analytics. So this is where you learn more about the databases, how the data is stored inside the databases, how to retrieve the data, right? The third one, you will learn Power BI. This is for the data visualization and all. For few of you, these courses may not be relevant because you are only looking for the first module, which is just only MS Excel, right? From the basics to advanced, like different things are there. I'll take you through the course contents also, right? The second module is SQL for reporting and analytics. Third module is Power BI. The fourth module is Python. So Python, again, in order to do the automations and analyzing the data and data cleanup activity, we learn Python. That's our fourth module. The fifth module is, the Microsoft certification program. So which is MS Excel certification. You can write it online. Okay. The ones who complete the Excel training program also can directly go for MS Excel certification that is offered by Microsoft. We'll let you know what is the process to earn that certification. There is an exam that you need to write. That's our fifth module. And the sixth module is about placement assistance, in which you will be getting your resume sessions, how to prepare your resume, and also the interview related questions and all we'll share. Okay. Overall, this is going to take about 3 months time. Okay. So including all these training programs plus Microsoft Excel certification program. Okay. So a good number of things are included in this training pack, right? And there is a reason we all, we start Excel as our first module because all of you need to get some fair understanding about how the data is stored in the real time and how we can use this data to create different reports or analyze the data to understand more about the business, what's happening, right? Why we are starting with Excel? Because most of us, we find comfortable, right? Working with Excel, right? So working with Excel, most of us, we think, is it easy or complex? Working with Excel, is it easy or complex? Easy? Okay, fine then. So I'll tell you one thing. If I ask any beginner with Excel, do you know Excel? And that person says like, yeah, I know Excel. I can work with Excel, right? But the question comes to this, like when I ask this question, like, do you know Excel? That person says, yeah, I know, but only the things that the person knows is how to enter the data, right? Apply the borders, change the background colors, write a sum formula. I mean, average formula, max formula, min formula, creating maybe one or two different types of charts. That's it, right? In the colleges or so many
Excuse
other
me,
places.
sir.
Yes.
Sir, I want to learn Excel, but I want some basics, sir. I'm starting. I don't know some Excel. I want
Correct. Yeah. We'll also start that today. We'll understand what is basic and what is advanced. I think most of you are here to learn advanced Excel. For a few of you are here
Yes,
to learn right from the basics of Excel too. Right. We'll talk about
yes,
that.
sir. I'm asking from right. I want to learn from basic to advanced. I want to learn. I asked for joining also for that only.
Correct. Yes. Basics to advanced Excel. Perfect. Yeah. We'll also explain
Yeah.
that. Anyways, we'll cover from the basics only. So absolutely no need to worry. If someone is like a very beginner with Excel, we'll cover that. So, most of the thing people, they think that, okay, they know Excel, but what they know is like maybe a 0.0001% of Excel. Excel can do so many things. Okay. If you find yourself comfortable with Excel, then working with other tools like be it SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Python, and all these things, they look very easy. Okay. Fine. In Analytics Power Pack package, in this, as I said, almost like 6 different modules that we have. Each and everything has a certain project work also in this advanced Excel, basics to advanced Excel. I can say that, though we've just mentioned only advanced Excel, it starts from basics to advanced Excel. And today I'll give you the clarity about what is basic and what is advanced Excel. Okay. So each and every module has different test papers. Okay, we'll share those things with you and you need to complete them. Plus, with each and every module, we have included AI also. How to use AI to automate your work. Okay, how you can take the help. When it comes to AI, it could be a co-pilot you can use from Microsoft, or ChatGPT you can use, or DeepSeek you can use, or Google Gemini you can use. Okay, so to speed up the work, even if you do not know what kind of function to be used, you just ask AI and AI can help you to get that solution. But depending so much on AI may not be recommended because, during the interview, the questions may come. And there you cannot access the AI, right? So it is better you first learn it and then take the help of AI to speed up your work. Okay. And most of the places you also see like, okay, create a Power BI dashboard just in 2 minutes or, Excel dashboard just in 2 minutes, right? Okay. So there is a reason why they say that creating a dashboard in 2 minutes, yes, it is possible. I'm not denying that fact, but there are certain things cannot be done in 2 minutes. All the real-time requirements are unique, right? You need to do a lot of data transformation before creating the reports, right? All those different kind of data transformation techniques and all we will learn in this training program. By end of this training program, you all will have, a better clarity about what are these tools, what is data, where it can be stored, what kind of reports can be created, what kind of visuals we can use, right, for the different requirements and how to speed up your dashboarding work. We will learn all those things. And this is kind of applicable for any kind of a domain. Okay, this is not specifically into HR, analytics or financial analytics. Once you learn this, all these tools and the different, features of all these tools, you can create the reports in any domain. You can get into stock, or you can get into HR, or you can get into operations, or be it any kind of a role, you can easily perform that because all these roles, they require certain formulas, and all those formulas are the functions, are the features. All of them are part of this pack. Okay, so that's how it runs, right? You can implement the same kind of functions in finance domain, HR domain, admin, operations, or HR, or whatever, right? Yeah, so that's briefly about Analytics Power Pack. As I said, a couple of other things also to be added here, and we are adding from this batch. First one, a few of you are here for only Excel. So once you are done, your module will be over. And yeah, the others will be proceeding to the rest of the modules. SQL they will learn, Power BI they will learn, Python they will learn, and also the final one, placement assistance module. Along with all these things, there are project works plus AI, how to use AI in all these different tools. Okay, there are so many tools available to prepare the presentations, and if you want to prepare your resume, there are tools available. But yeah, using the right keywords there matters a lot. So we'll talk about all those things in our resume preparation sessions. Hope that gives you the clarity, right? So these Excel sessions are going to be around a good, 18 hours of sessions you will get, okay? Plus a couple of project works will give you the project instructions and you need to follow them and create a dashboard. That's your final test, practical test. As I said, there are test papers. During the sessions also we'll give you the tests and you need to complete them, and there will be one final project, right? Whosoever completes that final project, you all will be getting a course completion certificate from Excelytics. And after that, as I said, if you want to go for Microsoft Excel certification, directly also from Excel, directly you can go for the certification as well. Okay, Microsoft Excel certification, the guidance will be provided. You can write, it's an online examination. You can come down here to Excelytics to write the examination, or otherwise we can schedule your exam at home itself. Directly from online, you can take it. It will be proctored exam. And yeah, so there is a process for it. Anyways, the ones who are going for the certifications will explain the process, how to go for it. But once you go for the certification, once you complete that, I told you, right, you will earn a Microsoft badge and that you can use on your resume, right? So with that course related thing, is it clear? The batch number is the second one that you need to remember this. The batch number is B00694. That's your batch number. You're already part of the WhatsApp group, if I'm not wrong, right? B00694 WhatsApp group. You can, post any questions there just in case if you're stuck somewhere or downloading the material or any kind of a thing. You can post there, and so that the front office will pick that query and will resolve that. All the material files will be shared online via Google Drive. From there, you can download all the materials, and right after the session, you will receive the video of the session for your reference purpose, and you can practice just in case, if you're stuck with some point, you can watch the video and you can practice that. Okay. So yeah, we really want it to be more interactive sessions, not like a one-way communication always. If you have any questions, feel free to stop me, ask questions, whatever the doubts that you have, and I'm here to clear those doubts. And plus, just in case once you go back home and practicing something, and if you get stuck, don't wait until the next day's session. Take a screenshot of it, write what is that you are trying to do and what kind of an issue you are facing, and so that I'll respond to that question. Maybe other students who are like comfortable answering that, they will pick that question and answer it. So, but don't wait. Okay. Why we lose interest in learning something new is because if you get stuck, if there is no one around to help you, slowly we lose interest. But here we don't want that to happen. So please make sure you post the question as soon as you come across any kind of a situation, and so that others will help you, or I'm part of the group, so I can also check your question and I can respond. Okay, so clear? The batch number B00694, and today we are starting with Excel, right? Okay, any questions, others, online participants? No questions? Okay. With that, shall we get started then? All right. Just to quickly show you the Microsoft certification related also, so that you all will have a fair understanding about it. Right, this is a certification I'm talking about. And you can go for all the different types of certifications, Excel certification, Power BI certification, SQL certification, right? Even Python certification and all. So yeah, so I'm talking about only Excel certification here. Other certification details anyways, will as part of the course, we'll discuss that. And it is a globally recognized certification. This is just not like an institution certificate. This directly comes from Microsoft. Okay, but you need to write an examination for that. Okay, so there's so many advantages are there. It is an official recognition for your skills directly from Microsoft that you are an Excel specialist. Okay, differentiate yourself from other candidates, and it also increases your earning potential. I'll show you one thing. Then you will understand why it is important. And Excel has a couple of certification variants. One is the core certification, which is a specialist certification. And then we have expert certification also, but all of you can start with the specialist certification, and then later you can go for the core expert certification. The certification is 50 minutes online examination. 1000 marks is the total, and cutoff is very, very reasonable. How much? 70%. Usually all our certifications are what? 35%, 40%, right? But all the Microsoft certifications are at 70%. But I'll tell you one thing, absolutely no need to worry about that 70%. Someone who practices getting a 90% is quite easy. And you only need to worry about 1000 out of 1000, can you get it or not? Okay, there are a good number of students who got 1000 out of 1000 too. Okay, fine then. So we'll share the required material also. So anyone who wants to go for the certification, right, we'll share the material. And if you can practice that, yes, you can aim for 1000 out of 1000. And the other advantage with this certification is it's lifelong valid. Once you are Excel certified, you're Excel certified. That's it. Okay. So all other certifications, be it PL series certification, AZ series certification, like Power BI or Azure certifications and all from Microsoft, they're with 1 year validity. And after that, you will have to go for a renewal test. And here you no need to go for it. Once you write it, once you complete the certification, that's it. It is lifelong valid. Okay. And then, yeah, different advantages are there. Worldwide, Microsoft certifications have that weightage. And once you complete the certification, this is the badge you are going to get. Okay, there are other badges also, but again, we don't recommend you to go for each and every badge, because each and every certification, it costs you 6,000 rupees. And I don't think it's, the other certification badges really add up so much value for you. Okay, but you are into completely MS Office and you use all these tools, then go for Word certification, PowerPoint certification, Outlook certification and all. Okay, and take a look at this these resumes. Okay, where your focus is going. You have two resumes there on the screen, where your focus is going. Definitely this one, right? Actually, both of them are like, yeah, very much similar with the details. But yeah, someone used the certification badge there, right? When HR recruiter looks at the profiles, there has to be some differentiating factor, right? Why do they need to pick up your resume only, unless they find something interesting things there, right? So yeah, certification can add up that kind of a value. Okay, fine then. So this is after your Excel training program, not now. But why I showed you that at this point is because a few of you are here to learn only Excel. And after that, if you want to go for the certification, reach out to the front office, they will guide you. Okay, I think a few of you, I think you are running your own business. Let's say you don't need a certification there. And you are doing stock market trading and you don't need a certification. But someone who is going for an interview, like your profile should have that additional weightage, then go for the certification. Even I wouldn't recommend certifications for both of you. There is no point doing it, because you don't need to prove yourself with anyone else, right? So because you are already doing your own work, right? Yeah, so that's about the certification, and the rest of the 4 modules are here, and we are going to start from Excel today, right? I think all of you know Excel, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Basic level Excel. And someone asked, like, that person wants to learn from the basic. Before I start the session, let me ask you this. Do you know that there is, something called basic Excel and advanced Excel? People usually use this one, right? I'm good with basic Excel, and few of you say that I'm good with advanced Excel, right? Would you like to know the difference between basic Excel and advanced Excel before we proceed, or shall we get into the subject? Which one you want? Like, would you like to know the differences?
Yes,
What
sir.
what is advanced? So probably that will give you some idea, like where do I stand as on today? Like what is that I know? Is it basic or advanced? So that you will get some idea. Fine then. So let's start this then. I'm using Microsoft 365 apps, Excel. You may have different kind of versions. Okay, in yours there are Excel versions I know from 1997, then Office 2000, Office XP 2003, 2007, 10, 13, 16, 19, 20, 21, 2024. Now we have Microsoft 365 as well. Microsoft 365 Excel. So I'm using that Microsoft 365 Excel. And the interface may be looking little different. And when I'm selecting it, Copilot is enabled for me because I'm using Microsoft 365 admin account, right? And you can directly ask any question. Copilot is the AI feature I told you, right? We'll discuss, a few things about AI related also, so that you can automate your work with the help of AI. Okay. So let me show you, first of all, what is basic and what is advanced, right? Let's start it here. With that, you will get some fair understanding what is that you are already aware of, right? And whether it is an advanced one or basic one. So let's do this exercise this way. I'll ask you a few questions about features of Excel or formula of Excel. You need to tell me whether it is a basic one or advanced one. Whatever you feel, okay? You don't need to depend on others. I'll be asking you questions on features or formulas of Excel, and you need to tell me whether it is a basic one or advanced one. Yes? Fine then. So tell me this, opening Excel file, what do you think? Is it a basic one or an advanced one? Opening Excel files. Basic. Perfect then. So let me write opening Excel file. Okay. Saving Excel files.
Basic.
Printing.
Basic.
Writing some formula, SUM.
Basic.
Writing average formula. You have a range and you want to get the average.
Basic.
Basic.
Writing a sum if formula. Sum if formula is a conditional formula. Using a condition, you can get the sum of a specific range. I can give you an example. You have employees working in different locations and you are paying them salaries. Employees working in Bangalore location, Hyderabad location, Pune location, Delhi location. You have all the data in one sheet, but you want to get only Bengaluru total salaries paid. So it is basically a conditional based sum, which is sum if. Okay. What do you think about this? You don't want to get the sum of entire thing. You want to get only from your entire data. You want to get only the sum of Bengaluru employees total sales, total salaries. You can apply a criteria inside sum if formula. No, sum if formula can do this. So what do you think about the sum if formula? Is it like a basic one or an advanced one? It's basic or it's advanced. That's fine. I understand why it's falling on both the sides. Okay. VLOOKUP formula. A few of you never heard also. What is it? Yeah, I understand. Advanced. Basic. No idea. VLOOKUP advanced.
Basic.
Okay. Someone says VLOOKUP is basic. Fine, no problem. We'll write it there. Pivot tables. Pivot tables. For the quick analysis purpose, we create a lot of pivot tables. Okay. Let's say you have huge data, 2 lakh records.
Basic, sir.
It's
Right?
basic.
Pivot tables are
Basic.
basic. Few of you are here saying that it is advanced. No problem. So let me write pivot table here. Let me ask one more thing here. Index and match. Index and match formula is there. This index and match works better and faster than VLOOKUP formula. Okay, most commonly asked interview question also. Index and match. Do you know index and match and how it works? Have you ever implemented index and match formula in any of the reports and all? So that is the most common question that we hear. Right? What do you think about that, index and match? Advanced, because it runs better and faster than VLOOKUP. Yeah, I agree. Index and match combination. Excellent. VBA macros. VBA macros are for automating your regular work. Let's say you want to automate your work by creating 100 different files or sending out thousands of emails with one click. There is a programming language called VBA. Today I'll show you that. What do you think about that?
Advanced.
VBA macros, perfect. VBA macros, definitely advanced. Okay. Finally, closing Excel file. Basic?
Basic, sir.
Easy, right? Fine then. I think with this exercise, you understood what is basic and what is advanced. Got some clarity now? Sure.
Sure, sir.
You all got some clarity now what is basic, what is advanced. But I have a lot of questions now on the same thing. See, a feature should either fall in the basic side or on the advanced side, right? But why these features are there on both the sides? I'm like confused now. How a feature can be on basic side and as well as advanced side. Either it can be only on the basic side or on the advanced side, right? But why these features are falling on both the sides? Right? That is the question I got now. By any chance, you understood the difference now? I think I gave you a clue. Do you know what is the difference between these two? Basic and advanced? Online participants?
Sir.
What's the difference between these two? No idea. Even after spending some amount of time and we discussed different features of Excel, but I think you're still with the same confusion. You're still not understanding what is the difference between basic and advanced, right? So let me reveal the fact then. What is the difference between these two is you. You are the difference between these two. Now you take a look at the left-hand side things, huh? Whatever you said basic, you know them. You know how to open the file, how to close the file, how to save the file, how to print the file, how to write the sum formula, average formula. And a few of you said some if VLOOKUP pivot tables are basic because you have some idea how they work. Right? But when it comes to the right side, a few of you said some if VLOOKUP, pivot table, index, and these things, these three. You said advanced because you have no idea about them. You never heard them. You don't know how they look. You don't know how to write, right? So simply, when I was explaining this sum if formula can do this and you have so much data and you want to pick up only Bengaluru employees salaries, total salaries. Then when I was saying all these things, you started thinking, oh, okay, so looking like it has some complex things in it. So let me just put it on advanced side. But the reality is, if I can spend hardly like what, maybe 5 to 6 minutes, once I explain the same sum if formula, the very next minute you say that, no, sum if is not a complex one, it is a very basic one, it's not an advanced one. You understand? Index and match, to set the kind of an expectation on this, what I said, index and match works better than and faster than VLOOKUP. Then a few of you started thinking, okay, VLOOKUP itself, I said it is advanced. So something advanced and something better than that should be falling on advanced side only. That's how you categorized. You get it now? Now let me ask you this. I'll give you 4 options. What is it you want to learn, right? Options are here. Okay, let's see that. What is it you want to learn? Do you want to learn basic Excel or advanced Excel? C, Excel. D, my favorite, none of them. Okay, what is that you want to learn? What is that you want to learn? Online participants, what is it you want to learn?
Excel.
Don't see Excel as basic Excel or advanced Excel. This is what I learned spending a good number of years with Excel. There is no basic, there is no advanced. It's just that the way we see things, right? Sum if formula, the same sum if formula, a few felt it is basic and a few felt it is advanced. There is nothing as such like, okay, this feature belongs to advanced and this feature belongs to basic. No, it is just us, the most commonly used things, and that we are aware, we are simply saying it is basic. Right? If you don't know something, you are simply saying it is advanced. You get the point? There is no basic, there is no advanced. I'm here to just train you only on Excel. Whether you want to consider that as basic, it's up to you. You want to consider that as advanced, it's up to you. But I can tell you one thing, by end of this training program, all these features of Excel will look basic for you. What does it mean? You will understand, you will learn those things so that you can easily implement and get the output from those features or functions. You got the point, right? So this training program runs in a very structured manner. Each and everything, we have certain topics, and once we are done with those topics, trust me, you will feel much more comfortable working with Excel. Okay, so the problem also I can tell you with most of the working professionals, the way we learn Excel, we join a company, right? And our senior will be there, right? And our senior says, okay, this is what you need to do, step A, step B, step C, right? You do this, you open this, you do this, you do this, you do this, save the report and send it to the client. That's it, right? So trust me, most of us, we do the same thing for the next 2 years. No questions asked, right? We don't even question our senior, okay? You're saying like, you want me to write this formula, right? Can I write any other formula in the place of this? We don't even try that because it's already like there is a process in place and we just simply follow, right? Most of us, we think we get, after working for, let's say 2 years in a company, we all say that we have 2 years of experience, right? Yes or no? The 2 years of experience doing what? Doing the same thing again and again, again and again, again and again, again and again. That's it. There is no much learning usually in any kind of a role, unless you want to take a step and you want to learn personally something. Until or unless that point comes, you can't learn anything in your job. Why? Because your job has certain roles and responsibilities and you will have to deliver that. That's it. And what is that you do every day? Same thing, right? You need to copy paste something and you need to send it to the client. Okay, every day we do the same thing, right? What is the skill that we are getting there? Only copy pasting, sending an email. And let's say if you do the same thing for 2 years, what kind of an experience that we have? Yes, we have 2 years experience, but doing what? Doing the same thing again and again, but nothing new there. You get the point? But I'll tell you, I can confidently tell you that once you attend this training program, learn the different techniques, you can definitely perform better than any other in your company. If that person is with a 10 years experience and got some good Excel knowledge, that's a different story. But a 2 to 3 years people, whoever is struggling with Excel, you can actually help them with all these techniques that we are going to share. Okay. With that, you got some idea what is it you're learning here? Advanced Excel or basic Excel or Excel? Okay, cool. Then. Yes.
Excel.
Yeah. See Excel as Excel. That's it. No basic, no advanced. Clear? Right. This is the material package you are going to get for this training program. Okay. So this has got the different things there. Each and everything that is needed is already present. As I said, it has some structure to learn this. Okay. So today we are starting with Excel. Okay, fine then. So as I said, this program has different modules. Let me include the other modules also. The other one is Microsoft Excel certification. And the last one is resume preparation, right? One. Yeah, we start with Excel, then we move on to SQL, and then Power BI, and then Python, Excel certification, finally resume preparation. These are the things. Okay, so as you are asking what is Power BI and why do I need to learn and what kind of opportunities are there, so maybe I'll do one thing. I thought of actually covering the job opportunities and all towards the end after completing a few topics in Excel. But let me cover this first, like what kind of job opportunities are there? Why Power BI these days in the market? It is booming like that has good number of opportunities. So Power BI is a data visualization tool from Microsoft. Power BI. Okay. BI stands for business intelligence. Okay. So you can create different kind of reports. Okay. So I get a question here. These days, I think again, COVID cases increasing, right? India reported around 3,000 plus active cases in the last couple of weeks. I want to analyze that. Okay, do we really have a spike, right? So all these countries sharing their data with WHO. They are gathering all the data and worldwide they are monitoring how the COVID cases are. So we created, we have a link already. Okay, you'll anyways get all this material, okay? So this is the link that is holding some, that has that COVID cases data. I'm opening Power BI now. I want to directly analyze the WHO data by bringing that data into Power BI and see worldwide how the COVID cases are. Okay, so I'll take a blank report. You see how easy it is. I just go to a web-based data source and I copied that link, right? I paste it here. And I say download the data. Yeah, load it. Directly it is reading the data from the WHO website, reading the data into Power BI. Now I can quickly show you how the values are. Let it download. Done a good 470,000 records to download in few seconds. And now you see, I want to show this data on a map chart, right? The total number of cases by the country I want to see. You see that? Just with clicks. Legend, I want to see the region. We'll discuss that, okay? And if you hover the cursor, India has about 450,000 cases, 45 million cases. India. And US has 103 million, 99 million, right? And also it's like very easy to control this. Let's say I want to see only India cases, right? So I'll just select that here. When I click on India, automatically filters this. This kind of interactive dashboards you can create. Hardly takes any 2 minutes to set up anything like this, right? Without knowing it also you can actually do. And other interesting thing with all these tools, I told you, right? The AI, built-in AI features are there. NLP is there, natural language processing, okay? Let's say, if I want to know total number of cases, total new cases, if I ask, right? You see that it has created a card. Of course, it's showing such a big number, but I can format that. In show me in auto. 103 million cases are there. You see that 778 million cases are there. I'm just asking question, that's it, in simple English, and it can create a visual for me like this, right? And I'll show you one more interesting thing. Actually, you don't need to come from the reporting background to do all this. You just do a double click. See this, I can ask a question. Let's say you want to see all these cases by the country, the total number of cases by country. Each country, how many cases are there? Then you can ask total new cases by country. You see that? It has created a chart. And USA is there at the top, then China, and then after that India. But I'm not happy showing this data on a bar chart like this. I want to show it on a map. I can say on a map, right? Then it turns this bar chart into a map chart. Simple questions. You don't need to be coming from reporting background to do all these things. Simple English questions you can ask and you can get this output like this. Power BI, very powerful tool, right? And if I really want to know what's India cases, daily, how the movement of the cases, new cases, date reported. Okay. Only for India. I can apply a filter there. I want to just see India cases. I think looks like they updated data only till May 12th. On May 12th also India reported 100 cases. Right? Every week or every 15 days they are updating some data. I think the data, it's not been updated yet. But once they update it, I should be able to see that. And you remember the 3 waves in India? COVID cases especially. Do you see it on the graph? The first wave, second wave, third wave, right? During the first wave, you see that there are like so many cases reported in second wave, third wave. But you can also keep this, the unfortunate deaths on the secondary axis. See that? So all these things you can easily analyze with the help of Power BI. Of course, Excel also can do similar things, but the only thing is that Excel has certain limitations. But Power BI is like a very powerful tool in order to analyze the data very quickly. You don't need to come from any reporting background also to design something like this. With simple English questions, you can get the output. Not anything, but yeah, depends on the requirement actually. Let's say you want to analyze gold prices data. Then what you can do is you need to, first of all, either you need to have the data in Excel format somewhere and you can connect to it. Or otherwise, if you have any website that has all the gold history, like right from 1900, how the gold prices are fluctuating, then yeah, just connect that website, link it with Power BI, and then you can start analyzing the data, right? So these kind of things are possible. And one more thing is that there are custom visuals. Let me show you that. I think probably this will make you feel wow about this. Let me show you this. You would have seen these kind of visuals on LinkedIn, Facebook, people posting, different things. Let me show you that. There is something called animated bar chart race. By the way, I'm just showing examples, okay? You can do much more powerful things than this. I just want to add that animated bar chart race here. Let's see how I can create the chart. So show the country and the value is the cumulative cases. Period is the date, just the date. And you want to show the top 15 countries, okay? You would have seen this kind of a thing, of course. Initially, China was only the one reporting the cases, right? And other places, they're like very limited number of cases we have. Yeah. You see that China started reporting more number of cases, and back then in 2020, January, February, right? All the news channels were showing, okay, these many number of cases reported in India and across the globe, these many cases, all the news channels, right? But if you look at that, initially China had a lot of cases, right? 60,000, 70,000. After China hitting that 80,000, by the time the rest of the world got impacted, the cases in other countries have started raising, right? This is what happened, right? You remember? Like 5 years ago, during the COVID? Yeah, in 2020, you see that Italy took the major hit later, right? So many people suffered with COVID. Spain, then United States started getting so many cases. You see that? Crossed Italy, crossed China, and India is nowhere in the picture so far, right? Have you ever seen this kind of a thing on LinkedIn or Facebook? No? Okay, yeah, probably because you're not coming from that background, but you can actually configure these things hardly, takes any 2 minutes. Very interesting visuals you can create. India, finally, right? You see that? After getting into the top 15, I'm only showing, top 15 there. But yeah, after getting into this, we never look back, right? Almost like 45 million cases. Of course, yeah, I can play it for more time also. But you understood, like I did not spend any much time. I just downloaded a visual and I'm able to, just quickly configure this. All these types of visuals are present in Power BI. Okay.
Excel type of
Animated charts and all. Animated charts, yeah, I created that in Excel also, but with the help of macros. Because I come from strong macros background, I had to write a small program to get that. We even posted that video on YouTube channel that most of the people, they configured this kind of a chart using Power BI or Tableau, but I just wanted to do it using Excel.
have to prepare my reports with the bar charts and graph charts.
Hmm.
But I don't want coding.
See, the regular charts and all, it is kind of easy. I'll show you. Just let me take you through that. The regular charts in Excel also, it's possible. Because we do a presentation, a dashboard. This is the profit analysis dashboard. And we prepare all these things. Just like, with the slicers, you can ask like in 2009, January, February, March, what happened, especially in furniture, what happened, right? How the sales trend, profit trend, all these things are possible, but only that animated charts and all, directly they are not available and you will have to do a little bit of coding. Okay, the regular charts, anyways, we will learn. We will learn all these things and we'll create a dashboard also as part of this training. The last session is about using, how to use the dashboard, how to create the dashboard, plus we'll also learn how to use AI. Okay, so Copilot and ChatGPT, I'll show you. Right, this is already part of your sessions, but only thing, if you are planning to create any kind of visuals like this, then yeah, you will have to use Power BI. Okay, Power BI can do so many other things also. Let me quickly show you one more thing. I want to get the data from Excel workbook. We'll share all the material with you, okay? You see this data, actually there is nothing much you can do with this data because it just like has a date and what is the review about the training. We just copied a few review comments from online, okay, of Excelytics. So if I want to present something, I can't do much using this data. But what I can do, probably you would have seen this many places. There is something called word cloud. Just added that. Have you ever seen this kind of a thing?
Yes, I have seen.
Different codings. Yes. Yeah. This much easy it is. You just need to configure a chart, hardly takes any 2 to 3 minutes. That's it. Right? So basically what is it doing? Any word that is repeated for more number of times, let's say in all the review comments, there are like 17 times Excel is there, right? 14 times Excelytics is there, 11 times VBA is there. Basis on that, it assigns the weight to that font, right? All these interesting visuals are possible in Power BI, right? Why companies are looking for Power BI? Yeah, these are the reasons. Like you no need to struggle much to create these kind of visuals. I'll prove it today. Why the data visualization is important. With that, you will get some idea why Power BI is needed. Most of the businesses, why they are going for it, right? So let me just show you this. You have so much of data. Every business, usually you see so many records, thousands or millions of records. So much of data is there. Almost you got 8,400 data here with a good columns up to Y. These many things are there. You want to analyze this data. Your business wants to understand how is the profit by the region. Profit by the region. Okay. So if you want to find that out, what is that we do? You know, there is something. Let me just unproduct this. I'll go to pivot tables. Pivot table, I asked you, right? Pivot table is to analyze the data, quickly summarize and analyze the data. So I just created a pivot table. I'll just configure something. You know, I'm not going to explain those points at this point, at this time, but let's just do, okay. Profit by region. See, when you're looking at the raw data like this, you can't say anything. Why? Because you have like thousands of records there and you don't know exactly what's happening. But with the help of Excel and Excel pivots, right? You can quickly summarize the data by the region. Right? Hardly took any 15-20 seconds to summarize the data like this. But if I give you this kind of a data and ask you, okay, what's happening across the regions, you don't know what is the answer. But with the help of a pivot table, I can do that. Right? See, maybe because I work a lot with Excel, simple drag and drop, I'm able to do it. For a few of you, there may be so many questions. What is that you use and all? Absolutely no need to worry. I'll take you through step by step. I just wanted to prove why Power BI or why the charts and data visualization is very important. Let me prove it now. There is a question I'll ask and I'll give you only 5 seconds time. You need to look at the screen and answer that question, right? Ready? And you get only 5 seconds time. Yeah? Fine then, here we go. The question is, which region has least profit? Time started. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Central.
5. Done. What is it? Central has the least profit. Okay, excellent. So let's do one thing. I want to just write an email. Who is the central manager, by the way?
Chris.
You can look at the screen, right? What is it? Right. Hi, Chris. Right. You're Chris boss. Okay. Let's assume. You are fired. Thanks, the boss. Short and sweet email. Why you fired Chris? Because Chris is a manager for Central and Central performance is not so good. And that's what we found, right? That's what we found out of that pivot table, correct? Okay. Here we go. I'll do one thing. Whatever the pivot table is there, that's there in the form of a table. I want to convert that into a chart. I want to visualize the data in the form of a chart, okay? So how do I do that? Very simple. I'll keep the cursor there on the pivot table. I'll go to insert and I'll just take a chart. And this time I'll give you only 2 seconds time. Which region has the least profit? 1, 2. Which one? South. But like exactly 1 minute ago, you all said Central has the least profit and you fired Chris already. But now you are saying South. South has the least profit. Yes. Why? Take a look. When I gave you 5 seconds, you're looking at the length of the number, but there are decimals. This is 2,87,000. This is 2,31,000. Now you understand why the data visualization is important. Right. When someone needs to take a decision, if they look at the numbers or tables, they will be confused. That's the reason you look at any top management presentations, you see charts. You see pie charts, column charts, bar charts, heat maps, line charts, area charts, donut charts, different kind of charts you see, but you rarely find the numbers and tables there. Now you get the point? Why data visualization is important? Power BI is a very, very powerful tool to visualize the data like this, so that people can easily understand what's happening, right? And the other thing is, as most of the companies these days going for Power BI, the good number of job opportunities is also there, right? And a few of the participants, they may be thinking, if Power BI has these many job opportunities, I can directly learn Power BI, right? Why do I need to learn Excel, SQL, and then Power BI, and then Python? Why do I need that? Let me prove it why you need the other tools also. So Power BI, usually the roles are offered as Power BI developer, okay? Or data analyst using Power BI. The role may be like this, okay? So I'll just search for Power BI jobs in Hyderabad. And yeah, it searches for that. And then, yeah, let me show you all these different type of jobs are there. Okay, you only suggest any of the companies. Okay, I'll be just scrolling down. And if you see like any of the company sounds familiar, you're familiar with, okay, you just stop me. I'll open that one. Optum, report analyst. Okay. Show the full description. Reporting analyst, basically. I worked as a senior reporting analyst in Optum, but when I was working there, it was not Optum, it was United Health Group, that point. What is that role is? The Power BI, RCMR Power BI, right? You see that? It's Power BI, but looking for SQL too, right? If they mention any, I think I saw one more Optum here, yeah, software. You see that? Again, it is Power BI, and it's asking for SQL. Right? I'll just scroll down a bit. See one more, any company. Oh, Genpact. Most of you may be aware of this. Asking for Power BI and looking for the database concepts here, ETL and data warehousing. Again, this is where you require SQL. Right? Okay. Any other? Tech Mahindra. Yeah, definitely. Okay, you see that. Power BI and SQL. You see that? Quadrical. Power BI data engineer. Power BI SQL.
Experience.
Huh?
Experience.
6.2 maybe hyphen may be missing there. Value labs. Okay. You see that everywhere it is showing Power BI only, but along with that SQL is also there, right? So you open any of these things like Power BI consultant, right? Some idea should be there on SQL also. Usually that is the case. And along with that, Excel, whether you ask for it or you don't ask for it, Excel is always there. Even if you join as a Power BI developer. I'll tell you why. Whenever we want to create any proof of concept before proceeding with any Power BI dashboard, what is that we do? First of all, we design everything in Excel only to show it how the output would come. Because we don't want to invest a lot of time in developing Power BI dashboards. Okay, first of all, we show an outline of the report. This is how it looks, and this is how the data comes in, and all that we show it in Excel itself. But I can give you my real-time, experience example. Okay. We worked on a client's project. It's an end-to-end Power BI development. Okay, they just started implementing Power BI at that point in time, like 2 and 3 years ago. So we created very powerful dashboards for hospitals group in US. Okay, everything is present on the dashboard itself. They can click to any card, any visual. They can drill down the data. They can understand what's exactly happening in each and every hospital, each and every department. That much powerful dashboards we created. Almost like 13 hospitals under them. It's a big group, okay? So we created all the dashboards and everything, and finally on the handover call, okay? And everyone was there. CEO is there, CTO is there, and the CEO, operations chief of the operations officer is there. Finance head is there. I mean, finance director is there. Everyone. the client call went really well, and whatever the metric, whatever the data points, whatever the KPIs, the key performance indicators, everything is there in the report. And everything we just demonstrated, and we showed them the functionality, how they can drill down and all that stuff using Power BI. They were like quite impressed. They said finally, okay, everything is absolutely fine. And we have only one last question. Okay, that COO asked me this question. Okay, Kishore, everything is looking absolutely fine, and whatever we wanted to see, it's there. But I have only one question. Okay, is there any way that we can we export this to Excel? You see that even after creating a very powerful dashboard using Power BI, and that person was still asking me, is there any possibility that we can export this data or export these visuals and the reports to Excel? You go to any level, you will have to come back to Excel only. Okay. So yeah, so many positions are there, but everything is asking for the different combinations there. Excel will be there, you say it or you don't say it. SQL will be there, Power BI will be there, and a few of the companies, they are looking for Python also these days, okay? In few places. These guys, yeah, asking for Python. Yeah. So that's the reason we have created this training pack like this, right? If you are willing to go for it, for all of them, great. But a few of you, definitely you don't need that, because someone who is into the stock market, or you have your own business, but you just want to manage your data well, then Excel is enough for you. But for others who are looking for good opportunities in data analytics roles and all, then my recommendation, go for the entire analytics power pack. And yeah, that should get you a good position. You see that? What is it? TCS, I think most of you know this. What is the role?
Yes.
Power BI developer. But what is that they are expecting?
Complex.
Power BI is enough, right? Why Excel? Without Excel, trust me, you cannot survive as a data analyst. That is reality. But most of the people, what they say is that, okay, I'll tell you the problem also. Let's say there is a cousin of you or a elder brother, of you, and working as a Power BI developer and earning like a 20-25 lakh, okay, with a 3 or 4 years experience. And definitely, that package looks really interesting, and you may be quite excited to start your career as a Power BI developer. And you just ask your cousin, okay, what is that I need to learn? That person says, I'm working as a Power BI developer, so if you can learn Power BI, you will get it. But hold on, that's not direct, okay? So there are different steps. You need to go step by step, start from Excel, learn SQL, and then Power BI. Then it makes more sense. Directly learning Power BI can't fetch you a job. That is for sure. Even if someone fortunately cracks, okay, or an interview, but surviving in that role is not that easy without Excel. Okay. Yeah. I think this gave you some idea, right? I on the live, I just opened a few roles, and what is this? Deloitte. Okay. What is it asking for? Power BI developer. What is there inside? SQL. Right? I'm very much sure they will ask. Yes. What is that they are asking for? Excel. Just now I showed you a pivot table. Yeah, you need to learn pivoting, VLOOKUP, all those questions I asked. They will also ask the same question. Yeah, it's been. Did I tell you I work with Deloitte too? Yeah, I worked with Deloitte. I think that's my highest tenure with any company. 6.5 years I worked there in reporting and analytics teams. Okay, so that's briefly about this course modules and why you're learning in this way, because it requires to become a Power BI developer or a data analyst. All these things are needed. Almost like a 3-month duration. Today, I'll take you through few of the concepts of Excel. Okay, with that you will get some idea what is that you are going to learn in Excel. In Excel, these are the things that you are going to learn. Okay, we start with data. We transform the data into information. Summarize the data with the help of pivot tables, and data summarization functions are there. You visualize the data with the help of different charts. I showed you a dashboard, right? Pie chart, line chart, column chart, bar chart, and all. We analyze the data with the help of drill down features like slicers and other few controls. And finally, we print, protect, or share. These are the techniques you are going to learn as part of Excel training program. Very much enough to do any kind of analysis on any data. I'll tell you my own example, because I was that point in time, I was working with UHG. They are into US healthcare. I was doing all the automations and all there. People these days, they talk about AI and RPA, the robotic process automations, and AI is actually taking off a lot of jobs and all. I was doing this job during 2013 and 2014, almost like a good 12 plus years ago. I was working as an automation expert. My job was to remove others' jobs. That's what I used to do. Sit with the process, understand the process, and automate that. That's what I used to do. People now talking about all AI and automations and all, it has been happening. It's just that it got into the mainstream and everyone is now talking about that. That's the reason most of the people are getting that awareness like, okay, AI is there, AI can do something and all. But it has been there in the market. It's not new one for me, if you ask me. So that point in time, I attended Deloitte interview, right? And I got a question. Now you are coming from US healthcare background and Deloitte is into financial services, audit, advisory, risk, right? These kind of things. Then how can you say that you are the right fit for this job? That's the question I got. Usually they ask, right, like whether you are the right fit for that job or not. Then what should be my answer? And after that answer, I got no questions, but I just got the offer letter after my answer. Yeah, I understand. I'm coming from the US healthcare background, handling a lot of RCM data, the revenue cycle management data and all. I understand Deloitte is into a different line of business, and they work a lot with mergers, acquisitions, audit advisory, risk advisory, and blah blah. So many verticals are there. Okay, but what I strongly believe is that data is data, whether it comes from finance domain, HR domain, marketing domain, sales domain, whatever. Data is data. If you understand the data and if you have some idea about your business functions, then yes, you train me on your data and give me 2 hours of time. And trust me, I can get you a dashboard just in half an hour, right? After understanding in that 2 hours, I can get you a nice, beautiful dashboard in half an hour that I can explain what's happening in your business. That's what I said. And that senior VP just smiled and said, he will get a call from HR. That's it, evening I got a call, next day I got the offer. Understand this, data is data. Either it is from stock market or from your business or from any other business, you should learn the skill, seeing the data as data. I totally understand. You also need to have some domain knowledge too, to analyze the data. And the domain knowledge, anyways, it will come once you start working with that company. You will understand how that function, company works and what kind of data is generated and what kind of metrics you can create, right? That will take at least 2 to 3 weeks time. But I got the luxury of 3 months. They trained me on their data sets, so I was like, yeah, lucky enough, right? Understand that data is data. That is the skill you are going to learn in this training program. Be it any kind of a role you are into, you can easily analyze that. Okay. Why we use Excel? We use Excel for 3 main reasons. We store the data, we write the calculations, and we analyze the data. You take any kind of a domain, any kind of a thing. If you're using Excel, what is it you do there? You store the data in Excel first. After that, you write the formulas to calculate. And then finally, you analyze the data. There are so many techniques, so many stages are there we'll go through. History of the spreadsheet, it's up to you if you want to learn. But I just don't care about what happened back in 1978. But yeah, that's when the very first electronic spreadsheet was launched, called VisiCalc and then SuperCalc, Lotus 1, 2, 3. But I would like to tell you one thing. When Microsoft launched Excel in 1985, the very first name was Multiplan. They named it Multiplan. Later, they renamed it from the second version onwards as Excel. Whatever the Excel that you are seeing in the market currently, the very first version name, it was Multiplan. Now it is Excel, right? 1985. How many of you are born? You see, Excel experience is in the market more than your age. Almost like what, 40 years ago, they launched it. And Microsoft proudly says that the one of the best innovations that they did, even Bill Gates, Excel, it's their favorite application. And soon you will realize Excel is the mother or the father, whatever you call, of all the other data analytical tools in the market. As on today, you know, whatever you are saying, all of them, they follow the Excel rules only. Of course, if their names and all may be like a little different there, but most of the things you find them very, very common. Okay. Is there any competition for Excel? No competition. I'll tell you a simple example. I want to buy an AC. Can you suggest a few company names? LG, Lloyd, Samsung, Whirlpool, Voltas. Okay. I think in 6 seconds, you are able to come up with 5 different names, right? I want to become a data analyst. So I've decided to learn Excel. Any other alternative tool like Excel? Google Sheets, perfect. You see, you are struggling to find the names. There are other tools available in the market, like from Oracle, OpenOffice, Calci is there. There is a tool, LibreOffice is there. IBM Lotus 123 is there. Most of us, we don't even know the names. You get the point? If you don't even know the names, then how can you call that as a competitive? Right? But there is competition, but you know, almost like 96, 97% of the market is covered by Excel only. Right? Let's talk about some basic terminology. With that, I'll stop it and I'll take you through the other few things. Because you are learning Excel, this is very much needed. And someone asked me, like, I want to learn from the basic just to prove it. I'm just showing this point. We start here to understand the terminology. What is a cell? I think most of you are aware of this. What is a cell? Cell is an intersection point between a column and a row. That's a cell. And every cell has a cell address that you can find in the name box. C23 is the cell address. What is the current cell address? C26. What is the current cell address? D23. Excellent. That means you understood what is a cell. Cell is an intersection point between column and a row. Columns are ABCDs, rows are 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you get a question like, I see the same kind of table structures in SQL also, right? Yes. Power BI also works with the same rules. Of course, there you don't have direct grid style like this, but there also you see the tables only like this. Okay, fine then. So what is the one more thing? What is the cell address now? B28, right? Okay. What is the address now? Hmm.
29.
Okay, here we go. You may get a question here. Earlier, I was selecting only one cell and I was calling that as a cell, right? But what if you select collection of cells? You need to call this as range, collection of cells. Yeah, collection of cells is called range. Every range has a range address like this. It is starting from C23 to the 2 we write with a colon. C23 to C29. That's the range address here. The selected range address is C23 to C29. How about this? If I select like this, now what is the cell address now? C23 to D29. Okay. Every range has a range address. What is a range? Range is collection of cells. Each cell is an intersection point between a column and a row. Columns are ABCDs, rows are 1, 2, 3, 4s. Right? You know, at this point, it may be sounding for few of you very, very basic. I understand that, but I just want to make sure everyone is on the same page before we actually proceed to the advanced concepts. I think you know what is a cell then. Cell. You know what is a range? What is a range? Collection of cells. Collection of cells. Then what is a worksheet? A worksheet is collection of all these cells together. It can create one worksheet, and this is a worksheet. About Excel is a worksheet. Excel UI is a worksheet. Keyboard shortcuts is a worksheet. All these things are worksheets. Then what is a workbook? All these sheets together that creates one workbook. It's one file. It's one file. Okay. So the file that you're seeing here is one workbook, right? A workbook has worksheets. A worksheet has cells. Is it okay? If you look at the hierarchy now, you can easily understand this. Starting with Excel application. Inside Excel application, what do we have? Workbooks we have. Inside the workbooks, we have worksheets. Inside the sheets, we have cells. Not only the cells, we have the pictures, shapes, controls, pivot tables, the charts, and so many other things you can find inside the worksheet. If you can remember up to this point should be enough for today. I just wanted to take you through Excel introduction today. So now I think you are, kind of okay, right? Excel, I'm using a Microsoft 365 Excel application, but in your computer, that version may be different, right? And once you open Excel file, you understood the hierarchy of these objects. The first one is Excel application. Inside that we have workbook. Inside the workbook, we have worksheets. Inside the sheets, we have cells. Up to now, if you can remember, should be fine, right? So how to use these things, what all we can create using these things, I'll just quickly take you through. Most of the people may be thinking Excel is only about applying the borders, colors, sum, average and all. It's not like that. You can actually create so many interesting things with the Excel itself. So let me just take you through one of those things. This is what I implemented in in Deloitte, the performance scorecard. You can change the names here. The pictures will change. The ratings will change. How they're performing, you can easily find this out. You see that? Right? You can create an interactive dashboard just in 2 minutes. Watch that's kind of an ad, maybe. If you are searching more about data analysis and all, you get a few ads, right? Okay. Do not create your Excel report without watching this video, blah, blah, blah. Or you can create a very powerful dashboard just in 2 minutes like this, and that person may be selecting these few things, and the numbers will change and the graphs will change. Watch that? No? Fine, then yeah. So it's creating a dashboard, maybe maybe half an hour, 15 minutes also you can create. But there is something called data pre-processing, okay? So there are different steps. The data cleanup steps are the data transformation steps. They will take more time. It's not that easy, okay? We will learn each and every stage, okay? And finally, our job is to create that powerful dashboard, and we should be able to analyze what's happening in the business. That is the plan. In Excel, that's what we learn, right? Fine then. Any questions if you have? No questions? No? Got some idea, right? What is it you're going to learn? Okay, this is Analytics Power Pack training program, but we are starting with our first module, Excel. Reach out to the front office if you have any questions related to the how to download the material, how to access the videos and all, they can guide you. And you are already part of that WhatsApp group. I think it's a temporary WhatsApp group at this point. You all are in the temporary WhatsApp group. There will be a permanent group. The registered student will be moved to permanent group, and then we'll start discussing more and more about data analytics and how to use these tools there. Great then. So I hope you got some idea about the tools and what is that you're going to learn. Basic Excel, advanced Excel or Excel? Just only
Excel.
Excel. Just only Excel. I don't see advanced Excel. I don't see basic Excel. I see it as only Excel. Great. Then with that, yeah, we call it a day, and thank you so much for attending, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks everyone, online participants. I'll see you all tomorrow.